I'm starting a poll. The poll is going to simply ask, have you seen the United States Mint's prices? Okay. And it's going to be yes. It's going to be no. And it's going to be WTF. Good day, Tiger. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good, Frosty. How are you?
I am doing well. If you guys haven't been paying attention to this, and Tiger and I have talked a lot about this today, the conversation that's hot topic right now is the recent price changes that came out just a few days ago from the United States Mint. If you're not tracking this, we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk a little bit about why some of it is a non-issue. We're going to talk about some of it, why it is a significant issue. And then we're going to kind of talk about what the general feel is of you guys, right? This is really what matters. So I want to ask a question. Tiger, before you and I talked about this, had you seen the prices at the U.S. Mint?
I have. And
before you and I talked, were you aware of the changes?
Before you and I were talking, no, I was working on editing some videos.
So you had not seen any news, you had not seen any lives, you had not seen any briefs, any emails from the Mint, anything of that nature?
No, I've never gone to the Mint website and was never indicated. I've heard so many people say negative things about the Mint, so I'm not so really interested in going there. You know what I'm saying?
There's a lot of people that feel that way. There's been a lot of sentiment over the last year and a half. I've voiced where I stand in this. I'm going to take this from a very neutral standpoint on my end. We've talked to Tiger about where he stands. He's got his idea of what he wants to say on this. But before we begin, I want to look at one primary thing. So we're going to add this to the stage. We're going to look at the prices today. And normally we do in the news. Normally we do today's topic. I think this is all of it.
This is the news.
Yeah, this is the news. This is kind of everything. So again, if you guys haven't been following Tiger and I, please make sure you're subscribing, hit the notification bell, both on his and my channel. We change every 2 weeks. So let's kind of go into this. So what I want to do is I want to kind of dispel a little bit of myth versus fact. Okay. And one of the things I've heard in talking with a couple people is that the Federal Reserve is greedy. Number one, bottom line, this has zero to do with the Federal Reserve. Nothing. Nada. Zero. Zilch. Nothing. The Federal Reserve pays face value for our circulating coinage. And that's it. Bottom line, upfront, done. This is all Secretary of the Treasury, the United States Mint. And let me remind you that as we talk about this, there are two things that we must keep in mind when we're doing this. Yes, it's aggravating. Yes, it's frustrating. Yes, it's a WTF moment. However, the United States Mint by law 31 USC 5136 says they must be self-sustaining. Not 1 ounce of tax dollars goes to the United States Mint. Why is that important? It means that you're not paying for this unless you buy from them. You're not being charged for this. This is not, they're taking more money out of taxes. So let's be really clear about what the Mint is not doing. Okay, again, when we look at this, we can be frustrated by this. We'll talk about sentiment, feelings, and stuff here in a little while. But it's important up front that we understand what the mint's requirement is. If we understand that, we can first ask, what did the mint get right? Now, Tiger, you just told me a few moments ago that you had gotten nothing from the United States Mint. Is that correct?
No, if I bought anything that was U.S. Mint related, it was from someone else, an online bullion dealer, uh, uh, Shavella, um, some other place that I bought stuff from. I had no desire to go over there.
And this is a very common thing when we look at prices. Now, again, we're going to talk about the increase in prices. I'm going to give you some percentages. We've done some analysis. We're going to look at some of this. Frank, it absolutely is, bud. The U.S. Mint is forbidden by U.S. law to take any dollars from the taxpayer. I don't care what anybody tells you. That's law. That's fact. Bottom line up front. The U.S. Mint does not use tax dollars to produce circulating and or commemorative coins. Okay, that's just bottom line up front. And this is a common myth. A lot of people think that the United States Mint gets tax money. If you Google AI, it'll probably get it wrong and say yes, but the answer is no. So just be tracking that. So let's go through a little bit about why some people are frustrated. And we'll look at this. So now everything that I'm going to give you, everything that we're going to pull up right now, the price that I'm listing on the market side is as of October or November of this year, with slight variation. There is a nuance with the United States Mint in how they issue prices. Okay. If they look at November prices, the price of an ASC was $95. The issue price after the change, $173. Now, when you look at the initial change, it's like, oh my God, that's an 82% markup. What the hell? But I want to reiterate something. We have seen prices of silver and gold go up since October, August. And how many major prices has the US Mint? Now, in bullion, it's a little bit different. When you're talking pooled bullion, the bullion price changes when it hits inside that $50 range. If it goes above that next mark, then the price shifts. And again, when you look at that, there's a slight shift in that. So when you're looking bullion prices, there has been slight changes, but not a markup like this. Now, we take it as, oh my God, they just did this monster push. But again, they changed their prices across the board. It's sticker shock for sure. But when you look at the bottoms, the bottom bones, and you look at what's going on, the Mint typically marks up their stuff between 8 and 12%. I think this was a markup of 18% when you take the cost of the metals into play. Okay. Roger Rivy says they must know something. Maybe there's speculation about that. We'll get to why people with the bullion things are getting frustrated. Tiger, would you purchase an AAC at $173?
No, not at all.
Yeah, I can't stomach it.
I mean,
I can't.
I'm on the U.S. Mint right now. I can show you what they show versus what SD Bullion and APMEX show. Can you believe we found something worse than APMEX?
So here is
okay, you were on mine. Here's the Mint. Here's APMEX. Here's SD Bullion. But hold on. How did I lose that? Somehow I lost that. Here we go. 115 or 114. And that's on SD Bullion's site, and this one's on APMEX, 109.
So there's definitely other options, right? And so, but one thing that you're going to have to understand is that some of these pieces are going to be just higher because of the semi-quincentennial, right? There's going to be an upcharge in some of these pieces. You're seeing 2023, 2024 on the US Mint for that 169, 173, 175, depending upon what's going on. Again, when you talk about the price of the silver, and then you talk about the fact that the United States Mint has to be self-sustaining, yes, we understand the US Mint prices have always been high. Take silver into consideration, and it's really not that much difference. It's not. Where it becomes different is when we start looking at the subscriptions. Now, I'm going to go through one more piece really quick. This is the gold one. This is the one that kind of makes me throw up a little. A little while ago, you could pick this up for about $5,500. After the sticker price and the adjustment for value, remember, you're talking about 1.8 ounces of gold, $10,050. The markup, again, 18%. Now, this is a standard markup. When you're looking at this particular markup, this is a little bit higher, but it's not excessive. You're talking about spot price. And again, when you're looking at spot price and you look at where the mint historically has gone, it's really not huge. It's significant, by the way. It's huge. But a lot of this has to do with the gold and the silver content. Okay. Now, before I show the next one, I need to ask, Tiger, let's say that you were buying this. Would you go to the US Mint to buy this?
No,
Absolutely not. Yeah.
I'd go looking around. With me personally, I don't have to have it in a set. I'd just buy whatever sizes I wanted to buy. You know, if I needed them close together, I'd put them in a tube close together.
Yeah. And again, so as a stacker and as a collector, that's fine. Now, before I go to the next item, I want to say one more thing that the US Mint did right. Many people are not going to agree with me, but having worked with state agencies, government agencies, military agencies, there is a little bit of triage that has to happen when you're doing certain things, right? And when we look at some of these things, I'm going there next, Farm Dog. That's exactly where I'm heading. I can understand that, okay, we know there's been a significant premium, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40%, depending upon the piece that you get from the United States Mint. This is a known for us. We've got it. But they did do something. Now, Tiger said he didn't get any notification from the United States Mint. If you have a subscription, you did get notification. In some cases, you got two. One of them saying they're suspending all purchases. I got that one. They canceled my subscriptions for me. They just canceled them.
Money back?
Huh?
Did they give you your money back?
No. The subscriptions are you're holding a coin. At the time of release, you get one. You subscribe to it. When it comes out, they bill you for it and send it to you. That's how a subscription works.
Okay.
Okay. Now, this is where the Mint did a good job. Okay. So it's not all a fail. There's a lot of, oh my God, I'm frustrated, but it's not a total fail by the US Mint. Okay. And it's because they stopped that. They notified people, hey, the subscriptions are going up. You might want to consider this. They did do the due diligence. James Chin, thanks for subscribing. Greatly appreciate that. Appreciate that so much. All right, so let's dig into this. Whoops, there we go. WTF. This is the one for $5.82. This mint set used to go for about $34, $35. Okay. It's $124.50. And I'm going to show you some sentiment that I have pulled from different sources. I'm going to tell you what the source was. I'm even going to quote one of the people that sent me a message and said, hey, I'm done with this. This is just absolutely unreal. This is where I was like, you've got to be kidding me. This is a shame on you. Slap the hand of the United States Mint. Yeah, John Hanna, that's exactly what I'm doing. And I'm going to show you the breakdown. But this is unreal. This is clad, folks. Clad. These are not the silver proof sets, which are even higher. Clad. Unfreaking real. Where in the hell did this come from? Okay, so this is the one. The collectors, the numismatic side, the mint they're pricing people out. Now, why is that? Some of it is because, well, they have to encounter purchases of silver, gold, platinum, and palladium at the higher rates. Okay. And so when we looked at the construct, when we looked at what was going on, we hadn't seen price changes. The mint didn't change prices overall. It was just a slow roll. Okay. And when we look at this, this was like, what the hell? So here's what I put together for you. Okay, this is a little scenario. And I think this speaks volumes as to why so many people are pissed off. So imagine that you had 3 subscriptions, just 3. Okay. Happy early birthday, Chappie. Hope you're having a great one. Thanks for being a great supporter of both of our channels. Appreciate that. So if in October, November, okay, now remember, folks, we're not talking about a year ago. We're talking about 2.5 months ago, 2 months ago. If you were to have a subscription, and you'll see this here, right here on the screen, Kate, back. There we go. If we look at this right here, 3 mint sets for the kids, 1 silver proof eagle, just because you like the proofs. I mean, it's only a couple dollars difference. Why not get a proof? They're nice and shiny. And the 4 coin eagle set, the one that I just showed you, the 1.8 ounces in gold, that would have cost you $99 for the 3 sets, $95 for the silver eagle, and $5,350 depending upon the time you looked at this. Now, I went back to about November 1st. That's plus or minus $150, $200. Because again, in bullion, the prices every time that dollar value drops or jumps above $50, their prices shift. Okay. They don't for the numismatic pieces. They don't for the special collectible pieces. But when you're talking about the bullion pieces, they do adjust based off spot. Okay. $5,572 would have been your cost in 2025. However, when you look at 2026, that same mint set is $373 for the kids. For 3. If you're looking at the eagle, $173. And that 4 coin gold eagle set, I just showed you this a little while ago. $10,050. $10,050 for 4 coins, 1.8 ounces of gold. The difference between the subscriptions, if you would have got them in November to now, $5,023.75. Now, I want Tiger and I to kind of take a little bit back and go, what are your guys' thoughts? I mean, we're looking at this, 69% of the folks say, yes, we saw it. 20% are like, WTF. Very few people in the chat right now. And again, if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing, support the channel. We do a lot to bring you some great content. So please, it's easy. Just hit subscribe and notifications are set. But what the hell? When you look at the price points, obviously you're going to have bullion, right? We see the bullion. We see the bullion going up. This is something that we've seen all along. But what we haven't paid attention to, And again, this is why it's like, take a little chill on the mint for just a minute. There are areas to be angry at. Absolutely. There is an outcry to be had. But when you're talking about the bullion end, it's really not that much different than they've always been. It's just because of the prices. So I can understand the bullion side of things. Okay, welcome to expensive collecting. I get it. Well, you don't pay taxes for this money. You don't pay taxes to pay for this. It's not coming out of your pocket. It's not tied to the Fed Reserve. And when you look at what happens here, everything that goes from this point forward is your decision. Everybody in chat right now has the ability to say, yes, I can accept that, or no, I cannot. Now, Savage says, why would anyone subscribe at those prices? Dump the subscription. And in fact, they have. Many people have. And I'm going to leave this here because, Tiger, this is where the conversation begins. This is where the chat, this is where we engage chat.
Okay. Sentiment
across the Reddit, Silverbugs, coin community, social media, YouTube. I've listened to a couple channels today. Went back and checked out Silver Wolverine, talked about the bullion, broke down the prices, kind of opened that up, look at what was going on, validated that my understanding of how the mint pricing and stuff was done was correct. Thanks to Silver Wolverine for validating that. I appreciate that, by the way. And these are the comment. They're pricing us out. And for the standard collector, that's absolute fact. They're pricing us out. It's just what it is. Subscriptions are being canceled left and right. We're hearing this. And again, it's one of those things that, again, it's greed. It's, the dealers, they're out for money. It's all of this. The United States Mint, by that law that I showed you earlier, is required to be profitable because they don't get subsidies. They don't get to get that bailout. They're in a pool of money, and they are pretty much the most the major contributor to that pool of money that goes into this public fund. And so if there are things that they need to do, pay upgrades and stuff like that, most of that comes from that money. If there's an excess, then it gets distributed to those other agencies, because none of those other agencies are as profitable as the U.S. Mint. And so the U.S. Mint carries a lot of those other agencies on their shoulders. Federal Reserve, BEP, that whole entity carries a bunch of them, and they're all part of that same general construct. The parks, there's other places that are included in this subset. But here's the quote that I got. This is what I want to talk about. And I want to see, and again, I'm watching chat. My subscriptions were canceled last year, Luther. They didn't cancel mine. Again, why would anyone subscribe? John Hanna said they didn't cancel mine. All of them last year, current prices, the old prices. Does it mean they will honor the old subscription prices? No. No, they won't. If your subscription wasn't sent, a lot of people are saying that their orders have been canceled. Now, I haven't run across that myself. I know that there was a little bit of disgruntlement, I guess is the good word, with the Marine Privy. And so, because a lot of people said that theirs were canceled, but they're not canceling your orders just because the price went up. They gave everybody the opportunity to back up. They seized prices to make sure that people weren't billed with the higher prices until people had time to look at them. Mine was canceled. Mine was just gone. Like, it was over. It was done. It was gone. And so I'm one of the few people that I've heard that actually my subscription was gone. Part of that might have been the item that I was subscribed to, because the item that I was subscribed to is the only thing I'm interested in buying this year from the Mint. And I can explain why. Again, I have discussions with a couple people. There's only one piece I'm buying from the U.S. Mint at all. So, Tiger, how does this make you feel? Seeing these prices, have had you ever considered being a purveyor of mint products? Are you like no way, I'm done?
This validates my position. I've heard so many things about it, so it has completely disinterested in me. I've got other ways to spend my time, one of which is making videos for everyone in our community. I can I can have a lot more fun making videos for everyone in the community than I can watching this happen. But I do have a question about this. Do you think that the reason they did this is because the rising price of silver has caused them to realize they got to spend more money to replace the silver products that they're getting in to try to sell? That's the only thing that makes sense. They're trying to make up for what they were losing. Have they been hemorrhaging money? And if so, they're trying to get it from the customer, which is the only place they can get it from. I don't know the answer to that, but I'm certainly not interested in doing that. All they did was just validate everything that I felt over the last 4.5 years. I've heard too much negativity, so why should I waste my time going there?
That's a great question. I'm going to open that up to chat. Let's let chat answer that. What are your guys' thought on what Tiger just said? Do you guys think that it is them trying to make up? I know that there was a time frame where.
Oh, I thought you were trying to ask them if they want to go see the U.S. Mint or they want to go see my videos. Sorry, that was a good joke.
No, I want you to do that too. They've always produced profits, Mike, and that's absolutely certain. This is nothing new. What is new is the ridiculous increase in some of the non-precious metal-based items. Now, I'm going to jump back over, and Tiger, if you will pull up that U.S. Mint thing again and pull up go to shop. I'm going to remove mine and pull yours up. Okay. So go back up to shop and let's go over to all coin categories.
All coin categories?
Down, right under here. Coins. No, here. There you go. Okay. And scroll down a little bit. Okay, so let's look at some of these other ones. We know that, click on the American Innovation coins. Now, if you guys have ever done the American Innovation coins, you know that they were like $35 or $40. Look at this. Look at some of the prices on these. Now, granted, some of these are mint sewn bags and some of them are sets, but $60 for these 4 manganese coins. $60 for 4 of these. Now, guess what? I bought one of these for $60. And the reason that I bought it, Amy Harold, member for 12 months. Thank you so much. Daryl USA, member for 5 months. Thank you all for this. I appreciate you guys and all the support. Please make sure that you're going over and subscribing to Tiger as well. Make sure you're hitting that thumbs up and sharing, folks. So again, when we're looking at these prices, right? $60. Why? There's one coin in here that I wanted. One. And it's the space shuttle. You guys know me. If you'll click on that, Tiger, click on the Innovation 2025, right? And then zoom down a little bit. You're going to see the various coins. Scroll to the right. There you go. And you'll see that shuttle there in the bottom right-hand corner. That was the whole reason I wanted this set. I just like the look at this particular item. Mike's not, and again, not to be a jerk, but you wanted a new mint director. Yeah. I have a question for you, though, Mike. I'll offer this to chat real quick. How much of this is the acting director versus the new director? I know that you liked Ventress Gibson, and you guys interviewed her. It was a great interview. You guys should go check out the Coin Show podcast if you haven't already. But how much of this was Christie and how much of this is the new guy, right? The new guy would have had to have signed off on it because he's now the acting one. But how much of this was brought in before? When you look at, I love it when Mike texts me during a stream. When you look at that, I wanted this particular one. I'm a big space program, and so this is the one that I wanted. It didn't happen until he was sworn in. The process was probably already in place. He just had to sign off on it because she was the acting director, right? They knew they were appointing somebody. So he's the one that got his name stamped to it. Is he the one who coordinated some of this? Probably not, but he had to put his seal of approval in it. Welcome to the position. I don't know that I can blame the Mint director for this. They were behind. They hadn't updated their stuff. They were behind. I'm going to give Paul Hollis a little bit of time to get settled in before I make any assessments as to how he's doing as the director. It's already been a short time. But when we look at the prices of some of these, Tiger, if you'll get back out of these and let's go over to the other ones, the metals that we were showing. Okay. Metals, MEDAL, not METAL. Go ahead and click on shop. You always navigate using the back arrows. It's so much easier to do it this way. Click on that and then scroll down until you see the metals. Keep going down. Those are the, I don't want to go to that one yet. All right, so there you go. Nope, go up. Let's click on these. Okay, now this is one that everybody's preparing for. Okay, this is something that people have been watching. There's a lot of talk about this. And when you look at these, the new quarters came out. And again, I like, you guys know me, I like ships. The one in the upper right-hand corner is definitely one of those ones that I'm looking at getting. But again, when you look at these, you can click on these. Now click on the Mayflower Compact quarter, if you will. Okay, and you look at the bags, again, $56. They're higher than normal. And in some cases, significantly. When you look at the boxes of quarters, you're going to see those at $300+ plus. It's a $250. Yes, the markup is significant, but we expect that. It's the semi-quincentennial. There's going to be a demand, and I can see some of these things going a little bit higher. And again, knowing what it is, I see why some of these are going to be high. What I don't get is those mint sets and those special collector sets. So let's back up again. And let's go to the, scroll down and then you're going to see, hold on just a sec. So scroll down a little bit slower, a little bit slower. Click on the commemorative coins. Go down a little more. Click on learn more, there you go. And scroll down. Okay, now these are some of the ones, no, don't go any farther, just stay there. These are some of the ones that are going to come out. These are silver prices. Some of them are going to be plaid. These are going to be gold. There's a number of different prices. These are some of the items that are tied to your prices of bullion. Okay, now you'll see TBD. They've got to adjust it. The dime, yes, we'll talk about that. The silver and gold, some of those prices, some of those sets, the number's high, but it's tied to the bullion. Seeing where bullion is right now, looking at the general price point of that, I can understand the bullion, but there is no sense, none for the clad coin hikes that they've done. When you look back, it's a 273% increase in those. So if you'll go back to Shop Tiger, and again, I'm doing this from a side thing. Go back to Shop, and then go down to where it's the proof and mint set.
I pulled one up. Let me find if it's in some of these tabs. Is that it?
Yes, there you go. Click on the second one, the uncirculated coin set. Well, this is clad, $124.50. It's unreal. That price point for those coins right there, no silver, no gold, that's from 2021. You could have bought that 2 months ago for $35. Now they want $124.50. This I have a massive problem with. And I was in a stream earlier, and you guys know Coins Making Sense, he was fed up. He was fit to be tied. Yeah, that's a 4-year-old set. Absolutely. Now, Mike works at Harlan J. Burke. If you go in, how much could you, and again, I know rough shooting, you're not in the shop, but general whatever, how much would you be able to buy a clad set for 2021 at Harlan J. Burke? What would you be able to buy it for?
I have no idea. Never been there.
Yeah, it's there's some explanation that has to be done. And why is that? Well, is there, again, do they know something? Is this to offset the prices of the precious metals? If I was a betting man, Mike says about $25. Yeah. So again, when you're looking at getting some of these prices, why in the hell would you go to the US Mint? You can get it for 30, 35 bucks all day long on eBay, all day long at Lost Dutchman, all day long at Harlan J. Burke. There's so many places where you can get this set for ridiculously cheap in relation to what the Mint wants for this. Is all of this tied strictly to the semi-quincentennial, Tiger?
I really don't know. I'm not privy to that information.
Well, you're looking at it right in front of your face.
Well, this came out in 2021.
Yeah. So I would understand if this happens to be a specific markup for the 2026 semi-quincentennial. I could get if they were doing some sort of really cool collectible limited edition set. Yes, I could see that. But oh my God, this is a 4-year-old set. Like, this is unreal. And I don't understand what they've done with this. I don't get what's going on. The Mint has lost their mind. Yep, that's a common thing. Again, when we look at this one here, we look at the common sentiments. The quote that I pulled was, I've collected uncirculated sets every year since 1985. This is a person who was a US Mint loyalist. They were buying the items probably for their kids, or maybe they were a collector who just liked the sets. It was always affordable. Granted, they were always a little bit high. We talked about the prices in the past of being a little bit high for this. You're still talking about, $6 and change being 40 bucks. Yeah, it's a little high. But at 124, 125 bucks, what the hell? It's pricing people out. There is no way that your average run of the mill is going to be able to buy this. There's no way they're going to be able to get this from the US Mint. And there's a slide in at the very end where I tell people, chill on the US Mint. And I'm going to explain why I have that sentiment. It's not going to be popular with everybody here. And we'll kind of get there. But again, this is the common sentiment. People are pissed. Now, if Coins Making Sense is here, say hi, love you, brother. But he got so pissed off when he seen some of these prices that he was like, I'm out of here. I'm done. I've got some phone calls to make. I've got to figure out what's going on. I can't buy these to sell because he's not a bulk dealer. He can't buy these in bulk prices. How in the world are you going to buy this at 130 bucks and turn around and sell this for a profit?
You're not.
You're killing the small dealers. You're killing them. And you're basically making it impossible for people to buy these unless they're part of the bulk buyer program. Hold on. Let me ask this question before I say that again. I want to get clarification. I may have said something wrong. Is this even optional in the bulk program? I need to know that. Sharon Compton, good evening. How you doing? Thanks for being here. Is that even possible? I don't know the answer to that. I may be misspeaking. I want to get clarification on that. I just caught what I said. So I want to get validation. Can somebody in chat let me know if that's correct? I think you can, but if not, then that's fine. I do know that people bought these 2021s 4 years ago for 25, 26 bucks. Okay. all done after the 250th Privy Eagle. Yeah, so again, there's a lot of things coming out. I told you guys there's one coin, it's a sleeper coin I'm going to be looking at this year. It's the only one. I'm playing it quiet because I really do believe I can find a price on this. I'm going to be watching it, but I will talk more about this later. I think that Silver Wolverine and I have had a really deep conversation about that piece. We'll talk a little bit about that. Let's see. All done with the mint after the Privy Eagle. Yeah, again, it's just their games with the Eagle Privy and then that laser Privy. Oh my God, that laser Privy. Oh, just nuts. Tiger gifted 5 memberships. Thanks, Tiger.
You're welcome.
Slowthorpe, Susan, Bill, Scott Christiansen, and JC Likes Pam. Please make sure you guys are saying thanks to Tiger. Also, folks, share this out, right? People need to be aware of what's going on. Again, it's the semi-quincentennial. It's the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. And again, we're looking at this being a significant event, but this isn't tied to the significant event. Maybe they're utilizing it to piggyback on, but again, it's just one of those things. Nick Molnar, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. The Canadian Mint has been overpricing for years. Looks like the U.S. Mint is doing the same thing now. Yes. But the Canadian Mint has stuff that's cool.
I'll give you that.
They have good looking stuff. Have you seen some of the...
I put more faith in the quality of the anti-counterfeiting in Maple Leaf than I do in the missing reed.
Yeah, so show that back up here again. So I want you to look at a couple things. Now, this is something the U.S. is going to go into. We've seen this. They're 5 years late and $100 short. I think they're making up on the $100 short. Yeah. But if you look at the various privies, there's tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of privies. We're going to be seeing those in the U.S. all the time now. Now that they've done this new technology, we're going to see privies just like they've done for a number of years at the Royal Mint in London, the Royal Mint in Australia, the Royal Mint in Canada, Nui Mint, Fiji Mint. We are so far behind the power curve in the design of nice coins. I'm sorry. We have some good people in the Mint as far as directors, but man, we are just dying. Copper Coins, what's up, brother? Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for being here. Looking at, now, you can turn that over. I don't want to see that. But looking at some of the design elements, I'll tell you what, one of the prettiest coins, some of the rose color ones, just fabulous. There's a lot of beautiful coins. You guys are stackers. You guys like stacking precious bullion and things of that nature. Germania Mint, holy cow, right? Looking at some of the stuff that they've done. We see one of the U.S. coins. It is the dime. Tiger, will you pull up the U.S. Mint again? What I want to do is I want to pull up and show the commemorative coining. I want you to go to the dime. It's the, if you go to, let me pull this up, add to stage, go to shop, go to semi-quincentennial, down at the very bottom. Scroll down. Keep going. 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 Click on keep going. Keep going down. Going. There should be, there we go. Click on the 1916 Mercury dime. So we talk about this, and again, this is a really cool, this is the 2-coin set. This is the gold dime and the silver metal set. I want you to click on the silver metal. Now, this is what Tiger had up in that 2-coin holder. This is the design element that they're going to do. This is one of the pieces that they've done. And if you want to look at this, and say, hey, this looks good. We call this, Paula and I call this effectively, copper coins, correct. Nui, Fiji, Tokelau, Tuvalu, they're all minted from the Perth or the Royal Mint. Yeah, absolutely. But phenomenal. Again, Copper Coins actually designed a coin. I have that. I've got to go pull that out and I'll show that one time. Chuck Daughtry did an amazing piece on one of those. And if you're not subscribed to Copper Coins, please go over and check them out too. They do a lot of amazing things. If you want to know about the 82D cent, the really expensive one, the best video I've ever seen of that is done by Chuck Daughtry of Copper Coins. But Tiger, do me a favor. Go in and open up a new tab. And I want you to type in Germanium Mint Fenrir. You guys know Fenrir, right? We've seen Fenrir before. And then Fenirr. All right, we're looking at the 2-coin set. Don't go to eBay. Just scroll down to the Germanium Mint. There you go. Click on that one right there. Now, you want to talk about nice designs that come in capsules that come into 2. Scroll down a little bit. Look at the 2-coin when they show the details of that. They should show the 2-coin piece. Oh, it's not there. Oh, that's GovMint. Get out of GovMint. I thought that was Germanium Mint. I'm sorry. Go to Germanium Mint. Scroll down. That's GovMint. Germanium Mint. There you go. There we go. Now we'll actually. Oh, it's not there. Oh, they had a problem with that site earlier. Anyway, the I've been to Fenrir Park. That's funny. Just type in Fenrir. Go to search and type in Fenrir. We'll pull up the 2-coin set. While he's doing that, you talk about good design elements. 2-coin sets. The Fenrir was the first one. It was the catalyst. And we're so far behind. Now, they did... Yep. There you go. There you go. There you go. Reject all the cookies and let's just show this. Okay, so let's just stop here. So this is, when you put this 2 pieces together, you have on the left-hand side, the top of the dog, and on the right-hand side, on the back of the coin, the reverse of the coin, is the bottom of the dog. And they have that coin set like Tiger had, where the maples were in there, and you could position these 2 to make it look like the whole dog. These were absolutely phenomenally designed looking coins. They're expensive for a collector bullion, but again, the design, you're paying for quality, right? So where's this kind of quality with the US Mint? And how in the hell can they demand the prices that they're demanding when the quality is nowhere even near what it should be? It's just not there to demand these prices. If the United States Mint was doing something like the Canadian Mint or the Royal Mint or stuff like that, then yes, I might be a little bit okay with some of the prices on these things. But the clad for semi-quincentennial, they added a dual date and a freaking Liberty Bell. Whoopee. Oh, the dragons, yeah. Dragons are nice, Stacking Surfer. But again, the quality isn't there to see the prices, but the clad is just, it's almost criminal. It really is almost criminal. Let's go back to this. I want to show, thanks for pulling that up, Tiger. I appreciate it. And so again, the last thing I want to show here is, again, all of these prices. The bottom line we want to get to when we're looking at what's here is bullion. Yeah, I get it. I get that the bullion is high, but bullion is high. But those clad sets, those innovation sets, those things of that nature, the prices are just insane. And they're pricing out people buying from the mint. And if you can see what I did here, it's WTHUSMINT. What the hell, US Mint, right? That is my new hashtag. I'm going to be running that for a while to try and bring people in. But yeah, ye freaking ha. But the last slide, and this is something, hard times are coming for the US Mint. And I don't expect that anything is going to happen. Here's the thing. We have a brand new director. Let's give him time. Let's see what happens. And I have every belief that they will do good things, and I have every belief they will continue to make some mistakes. But let's see where they go from here. Let's see what they can do. Let's see this call to artists that they have, and let's give them an opportunity. But bottom line up front, folks, you don't have to buy from them. None of your money is going to them. And if you want to buy, it's a personal choice. And I can't find any pricing on the US Mint website. Oh, very good. Let me pull something up. That's a great comment. Let me show you how to find that. Tiger, will you pull that back up, please?
Hold on. What, from the US Mint?
Yep. If you will go to, no, stop there. Don't click on anything. Go back. If you were on a site like this, go back to, scroll down a little bit. Let me see if it's there. These are not available for subscription yet. No, go up. You just scroll down a little bit. Don't go all the way to the bottom. Click on coins. Nope. Stop. Hold on. Go back up. Go to the top. Click on the navigation menu and go to semi-quincentennial again. Go to the very bottom. There you go. So scroll down and click on one of the quarters. Doesn't matter which one. Okay, Mayflower Compact. When you're looking at these, there are going to be two places. Those items that have a subscription, if you click on the subscription, you can see it there. The other place to find it is if you go under, if you actually go to the subscriptions, you can look there. If it's a Boolean item, then you actually have to go to the pricing sheet. There's a pricing sheet you have to go into, learn and go into the pricing and navigate through there. If anybody wants the link, I will navigate to that. Then I will post the link in the description afterwards. But there's a couple different ways to do that. So again, if you select a product, do the drop down there. You'll see that depending upon what it is, if you're looking at the 2-coin set, click on that. Again, this is for the $100 bag. You'll see the changes here. It adjusts. It's $56. And then again, if you're doing a bag, if you go back to the shop.
With what?
Go back to shop. Click on all coin categories. Or no, click on the American Eagle coins. Scroll down. And then click on one of those. Yeah, well, the prices are there. Scroll down. Here's where, this is a great example. See where it says subscription? If you find one that doesn't have the price listed, click on the subscription. In the details of the subscription is where you will find some of the pricing information based off of what they believe to be happening, okay, or what they believe the prices to be. I'm sure they're going to change. But if you're going to be looking for subscription items, that's where you're going to go. So click on the subscription if you would. Okay, and then when you scroll down below, it's going to give you the details. It'll tell you what's going on. Click on View Subscription Details if you would. Down. No. See where it says 0 charge today? Go down a little bit. Right there where your mouse is. Quit moving your mouse. Go back. Right, okay, stop.
Okay, I see.
There you go. You're scrolling all over the place. There you go. Click on it.
I am. It's not doing anything.
Now scroll down then. It's not showing you. Can you scroll on the other side?
Nope.
Oh, they've got it locked up. It may be part of your window. There you go. There you go. So this will tell you some stuff. There should be, and if it doesn't list the price in the current pricing catalog, there should be a price in the subscription. The best way to go find it, honestly, is to go to Learn, go to the pricing sheets and find it there. But again, I will show the, if you want to know where it's at, I can pull that up. Looks like I haven't missed a damn thing from the mint in over 40 years. Yeah, and again, this is a general sentiment. For people who haven't been tracking this, it is just one of those things where it's kind of sticker shock. But if you've been watching what's going on with the bullion prices, Again, I get the bullion. I do understand that. But for the clad stuff, it's unreal. Now, I want to show you guys something else. Last of the Lincoln cents. Or is it? If you will go to shop and go to all coin categories, let's scroll all the way to the bottom. Stop there. Go slowly. And click on, go up a little higher. Just go a little bit too far. A little higher. Go up, go up, go up, go up, go up. It's, I think it's right above that. There's a place where it is. Keep going. Keep going. Where is it? Keep going. Oh, it's right there. It's right there. Click on the, no, they've removed it. It's not there anymore. So there used to be a, hey, what's up, Silver Wolverine? I called you guys out earlier. I called your channel out. Thanks again for providing some information on that. I wanted to make sure I had that pricing down correctly. One of the items here is they used to have information on the cent. The cent shows up, but now it takes you to the min set. It no longer takes you to the cent. It used to take you to the cent, coins, roll bags. They don't have that anymore. They've removed that. I don't know what that means. I don't know if the cent is only going to be found in that item. But now if you click on that, so the site is constantly changing. There are things that have disappeared. So just be aware of that when you're looking for it. There's another place where you can find that. Again, if you're interested in that, let me know and I will post the link down below and you can go track that. But again, it's just one of those things. I'm going to remove this. It's just going to be Tiger and I talking now from here on out. It's unreal. But again, when you're looking at what's the mint going to do right now, it's let's wait and see. Tiger, thoughts, insight?
Like I said, they just validated my decisions not to go visit them. I personally have no desire, and if I want something, I'm going to just try to find what I can, the least amount possible, which will be the online bullion dealers, Shavella, maybe a private party transaction, anything like that.
I'm assuming the copper coins is Chuck. Just confirm with a thumbs up if you would. Yeah, I agree. Any more of the Mint's retail division is a dog and pony show for people to be the first to get the stuff so they can profit from it. Yeah, and again, when you look at the price, the 2021, it went up with everything else. So this is not a semi-quincentennial thing. This has nothing to do with the semi-quincentennial. This has nothing to do with them utilizing this. Did the timing play into their hands? Maybe, but I can't make that assessment because I honestly don't know. I don't know how long this assessment was rolling out for. Oh, sorry about that. I apologize. Yeah, we do every other Monday. So are you going to go live here in just a minute? We're going to be ending here in just a few minutes. If you are, I'll have everybody go over and check out your role reveal. Oh, you're going to start tomorrow. Okay, perfect. So if you'll do me a favor, if you already have that scheduled, post the link if you can. Everybody go check out Copper Coins. He does a really cool program where they go through, they look at coins. You have the opportunity to pick them up. Then they search the coins for errors and varieties. They do periodic games. He does a lot of amazing stuff. And I got to tell you, if you're looking for anything scent related, you really don't need to go too much farther than them. They will reference other sites, the partnerships and collaborations that they have there. If you're into Lincoln Scents, and with this being the last year, quote unquote, of the Lincoln Scent, then yes, you definitely want to go subscribe and check them out. I don't know too many people that have a better intellect when it comes to Lincoln Scents than Chuck Daughtry. Eric Byers, a brilliant guy, but Chuck, I mean, he wrote the book, and he's an acclaimed artist too. Phenomenal guy. So please go sub him, check them out. That is true. They took all the unsold stuff away. Not normal procedure. There were a lot of weird moves. There are some strange things. But yeah, it's just it's just unreal, and we wanted to talk about it because again, it's just one of those things that again, well, I don't know what they're thinking. What's up, Paula? How are you? Good
Hey,
timing. We're
Paula.
just ending.
Paula's here. Let's go.
Yeah. Um, thoughts, closing remarks, Tiger.
Uh, like I said, was disimpressed from listening to everybody when I started stacking. I'm more disimpressed. Um, I'm going to try to buy as cheaply as I can. And like I said, from the past, I've spent more than my fair share of money on collectible this and collectible that. And since I've hit some personal issues and I had to sell some silver to make ends meet, it readjusted my thought process. I am not interested in as much collectible. I mean, I get one or two things, yeah, because if I can't resist it. But for the most part, I'm going to try to bulk up weight wise as much as I can. Um, I mean, that's when you have to face mortality issues, it kind of readjusts your thought process.
Agree.
So I want everyone to do what they think is best for them. Um, and with me, I can understand some of the collectible stuff and some of the numismatic stuff from hanging out with you. My wife won't. So I have to make sure that my stack is designed for me to hand to her and she has the least chance of someone taking advantage of her. So that's really my approach. How about you?
Well, I was going to wrap up with exactly what Paula Bloom just said.
What'd she say?
My recommendation is everybody hold up. History shows that you'll be able to buy many of these pieces for less. For less.
Oh,
Now,
I've seen that too.
Silver Wolverine and I have talked. We have our eye on the same piece. We talked about why we're looking at that. If you want to know more about that, go listen to Silver Wolverine. He'll talk about his predictions for something, his hot topic, why he's looking at a very specific thing. So, go check that out. Him and I have talked. You guys know that a month ago, I had a very quick epiphany that I did not know near as much as I thought I did regarding ASCs. And so, again, deference to expertise. So, Silver Wolverine, I appreciate you talking with me today, validating some of these pieces. But go check out that video. He did a really good job talking about that. If you have that link, Wolverine, you can drop that in there for that piece that you and I were talking about. If you've done that, I don't know if you've done that or not. But the other thing is fear of missing out. Don't let FOMO take hold. Okay. Also, this is a good opportunity. Look for people who have bought this a month ago. The people who paid for this stuff and already received it under the bulk program. You have the opportunity to pick up some deals. Don't buy anything from the U.S. Mint that is 2, 3, 4 years old. You're going to overpay for it. Go check out Coins Lost Dutchman. Go check out Harlan Burke. There are people out there where you can find better deals. Go to your local coin shop. God forbid your local coin shop tries to match the mint. If they do that, leave them. Leave them and just be like, no, sorry, won't do it. There's too many places to get good quality information. There's too many places to get good prices on coins. I wouldn't recommend you going to the mint for this. They have priced people out. But again, it's important to make sure that you are informed. It takes a community. So I appreciate everybody coming in. This was, and I know Tiger and I have joked about this quite frequently. You guys know I like to talk.
I haven't noticed.
This was more of a pure numismatic thing. So normally Tiger and I have a lot more back and forth, but this was one where we had to discuss this. We had to show it. We had to walk through it. and make the best decision you can. But bottom line up front, the Mint's not using your money to build these things. So if you're going to spend it, it's your call. Okay, that's what's important. Remember, you are the purveyor of your wealth. Spend it wisely. All right, folks, 2 weeks. We'll be over at Tiger Stackers for Stack Collectors. We'll see what metals do. Make sure you share this out. This is very important. Share this with your family members. I want you guys in the chat to tell me that you shared this and who you shared it with. An aunt, an uncle, a son, a brother, a father, a mother, doesn't matter. Share it out. Let them know what's going on. And again, let's remember that the Mint did do a couple things right in this, okay? We can't totally chastise them for all of it. They did notify us. They did put a pricing freeze on it. They gave people the opportunity to make up their mind, knowing they were going to lose people. So it's not all bad news. All right, folks, I love and appreciate you guys. Thank you for everything. Go subscribe to Tiger Stacker. Subscribe here. Share it out. And we will see you in the streams.